but it's over on the very inside. Clear in the lead, Chidgey Express. Chidgey Express will win it.
Before the sun goes down, we're afraid to admit it, but I know you know.
But it's Crown Prosecutor in a twinkling, fighting out the Derby. Crown Prosecutor in a twinkling. Crown Prosecutor gets the Derby.
The fire's dying out. Can't believe that I see this.
How about the week he had, or the day that he had last week on the Vodafone New Zealand Derby Day? Craig Grylls now the winner of the Vodafone New Zealand Derby with Crown Prosecutor. He joins us on the phone this morning. Good morning to you, Craig. Must have been a great week.
Yeah, morning, Jason. It was absolutely fantastic. Sort of come to the races thinking I had a couple of okay rides. Quidgy Express looked like quite a nice ride on paper, fresh up, and he delivered. And in all honesty, I didn't think I could probably win the Derby. The team was confident to go a good race, but winning it, you never sort of know. But what a great thrill, though. It was, unreal.
Is that a career highlight for you?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, I've been lucky enough to get on some good horses through my career so far and ride some good winners, but I think that definitely tops it. Takes the cake,
You've got a big day today. 3 rides in the 3 Group 1 races. So you are aboard the second favourite for the Bone Crusher and Dance. How excited are you to be getting aboard her?
Oh, yeah, I'm just very fortunate I picked up a ride on that, just sort of like Johnny on the spot, so I was in the right place at the right time and picked up the ride and, yeah, really looking forward to riding her. Good to get a great chance to ride a good horse in a Group 1 race. So, and especially with a little bit of rain around, we're going to be more to her liking too, you would think.
Did you get much from Opie Bosson after the track gallop on Derby Day when he spun Dance around the track?
Well, I haven't actually seen Opie. We haven't had races all week, so I haven't actually seen Opie since Derby Day, and I picked up the ride after that. But from what I gathered, she worked really good, and the team, I know Chris and his team were really happy with her work here last Saturday.
You would have seen her races now. What are you thinking about the best way to ride her?
Well, obviously it's my first go on her, but from looking at her runs and seeing when she's won and when she has gone good, it's probably from the draw, barrier 7, probably just better off just to don't sort of too much work on her early, just sort of let her come across and get a posse, and hopefully I can get nice drag into the race from the sort of before the bend into it. And talking to Chris, she said she sometimes can take a little while to wind up, but she can sustain a long run. So I think the plan's going to be not to do too much on her early and really let her rattle home.
Yeah, we're seeing her absolutely kill them in the Zabeel Classic on Boxing Day, where Opie sat back and looped them on the bend, and she absolutely revelled in the heavy 10 track conditions. The track's unlikely to get that bad, but it must give you a bit of confidence with the rain around.
Yeah, well, that's true. I don't think it's probably going to get anywhere like what it was on Boxing Day from the look of it. But even if it's a good track, it's going to probably be better than a good track for her. That's for sure.
Let's talk about Charles Road, a horse that you've ridden his last couple of starts this preparation. How has he been coming up to your feeling?
Yeah, he's come up brilliant. At Tarapa, when I rode him 2 starts ago at Tarapa in the Hoopy Dyke, that was a good run. It went quite hard and sort of probably caught him a little bit flat from probably about 500, 600 sort of thing. But he really wound up late and wound up really strong. So that was a good run. And then also last start at Matamata in the Colmai Stakes, I probably got a little bit further back than I really wanted to. And in an ideal world in that race, I probably wanted to get out and get moving. But just the way the race was run, there's a few horses around me sort of stopping, and I've had to sort of come back and pick a bit of a path through them. And I thought it was a brilliant run. He sort of got within a length of the winner, taking ground off them in the straight, and he had 60.5 kilos, so it was a really, really good run. So I think with the weight now, the race being set weight and penalties, he's on 57 kilos, but if it was a handicap, I dare say he'd be carrying a lot more. So he's really good at the weights today.
Yeah, he's certainly been conceding a lot more to most of the field, that's for sure, Charles Road. At the moment, he's priced up on 737 at $3.30, with just under 9,000 in the totalisator is $4.80. What would be the ideal race scenario for you on Charles Road? Where would you like to position him?
In a perfect world, Jason, barrier 7, if I could be sort of within the first sort of half dozen of the field, just put him to sleep and just sort of just put him to sleep and let him get into his rhythm. And I know he's got a brilliant turn of foot on him. I've won a couple on him, and I've had a bit of luck on him before, so he's got a very good turn of foot on him. So in a perfect world, if I could be just in touch in front of midfield, I'd be happy, you know.
He seemed pretty decent in those slow track conditions at Matamata, and he seemed to cope with them okay previous starts. Expectations for what is likely to present at Ellerslie track condition-wise?
Well, on the face of it, I wouldn't think that it's going to be too much of an issue for him. I won a Group 3 race on him down at Manawatu when he was 3, and I think it was a slow 7 that day, you know. So, and he beat Not a Bad Field that day, so he has performed on with this sort of going, you know. So I don't think it will affect him.
Yeah, speaking about track conditions, probably not going to suit a horse like Equinox. Did he sort of flounder at Matamata? Yeah,
he looked like, looking at the race, he probably looked really disappointing after his win down at Trenton. But I just said to Jamie straight after the race, I just said he just did not cop it at all, because he jumped good, sat outside the leader, but as soon as we started turning, he just was dipping and floundering in the ground. He just didn't cop it at all. I've got a really high opinion of this horse. He's shown a lot, and he gives you a really good feel. So, I don't know how he's going to cop it today, but hopefully we don't get too much more for him. And from barrier 2, he should be there. And if it, like I say, if it does get through the ground, I'll be expecting him to do something.
The blinkers are going on him. I suppose the expectation is you'll be positive from that draw, and how he handles it is how he handles it.
Well, that's the thing, yeah. Like he has been racing inside blinkers, so adding a little bit more by putting the blinkers on, and hopefully, I'm sure he'll be right there, sort of right in the first bunch in the racing way. He always sort of shows really good speed out of the gates.
Okay, Craig, looking through your book of rides in their entirety for Ellerslie today, you start off with a couple of Baker Forsman horses, Ignored and Western Girl in races 1 and 3, Stephen McKee, Angel. Then the Group 1 rides that we've discussed, Equinox, Dance, Charles Road, and for Charles Road Connections, Amano in the last. Outside of your Group 1 rides, what's the best of your chances?
Out of the other ones, I really like Amano. It was a good run here a couple of 3 weeks ago. He's drawn good again in his own grade. His work's been really good leading into this, so I think he can put his foot in the field today.
Well, looks like you have an excellent book of rides. I hope you have a safe trip around throughout the races today, and all the best, Craig. Thanks for joining us. Craig Grylls, speaking about primarily his 3 Group 1 rides, centring around Dance and Charles Road. They're second favourite and favourite for the Bone Crusher and also the Auckland Cup.